Well, there's no shortage of drama on Capitol Hill.
Yeah, President Trump delivered his third State of the Union address last night, and the tension between the president and Democrats on full display. With more on the story, we're going to head over to Eyewitness News reporter Jan Carabeo, who is live in the news center with the details this morning. Jan.
Jim and Janelle, good morning. A lot to see and hear last night. President Trump touched on many of his typical talking points. He touted a strong economy and low unemployment and railed against sanctuary cities and Medicare for all. But the night started with an apparent snub and ended with frustrations boiling over, including a surprising move by a top Democrat.
The partisan divide in Washington was on full display during President Trump's State of the Union address last night.
If we hadn't reversed the failed economic policies of the previous administration, the world would not now be witnessing this great economic success.
In the House chamber where he was impeached late last year, President Trump didn't shake Speaker Nancy Pelosi's hand before the speech, and at the end, she made it a point to rip it up.
It was a manifesto of mistruths.
The president never mentioned impeachment. Instead, he focused on highlighting his accomplishments over the past 3 years.
Al-Baghdadi is dead. Since my election, we have created 7 million new jobs.
He called on Congress to pass legislation to lower the cost of prescription drugs.
Get a bill on my desk and I will sign it into law immediately.
But House Democrats chanted H.R. 3, a bill they passed that addresses drug prices but is stalled in the Republican-controlled Senate. Democrats say the president isn't interested in solving problems.
Bullying people on Twitter doesn't fix bridges. It burns them.
President Trump also acknowledged a number of guests in attendance, including Charles McGee, one of the last surviving Tuskegee Airmen.
Our nation salutes you. Thank you, sir.
And gave the Presidential Medal of Freedom to conservative radio host Rush Limbaugh. Over in the Senate, Republicans are expected to vote to acquit the president in his impeachment trial later today.
And the White House issued a scathing statement on Twitter condemning Speaker Pelosi for ripping up the president's speech. President Trump is expected to give another speech sometime this week after the Senate acquits him of those impeachment charges. Live in the news center, Jan Carabeo, CBS 3 Eyewitness News. Jim and Janelle.
All right, Jan, thank you very much.